Will this be the new state that requires a license for wholesale real estate? What's up YouTube, it's Matthew here. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we're going to go over a recent article that was released in a particular state. And in this article, they were interviewing, of course, a real estate agent. And this agent was kind of bad-mouthing wholesaling real estate and just the whole industry as a whole, telling sellers to be aware of wholesalers and the different practices that they do. And I've noticed that whenever a state has articles like this going out, usually that moves into agents coming together and pushing for some sort of licensing requirement in a particular state. So this may be the next state that requires a license in order for you to wholesale real estate. If you all find value from this video, please be sure to like, subscribe down below, and comment down below any other video suggestions you all have for this channel. I am going to introduce new topics to the channel. If you all noticed, like I made a video last time about a real estate startup, and it's just a story that I find interesting. I made another one about China's economy that did decent on the channel. And so let me know if you all have any other topics, or if you want me just to stick with wholesaling and just any other questions you may have about real estate or the economy as a whole. All right, I'm going to share my screen with you all and let's go over this article together. All right, here is the title of this article: Experts Warn Against Real Estate Wholesalers. And as you all can see, this is in the state of Indiana. And they have the city right here, Indianapolis. And so just to start off with, I think it's interesting that they say, okay, experts, which they're talking essentially about the real estate agent that they're talking to in this article, warn against wholesalers. I mean, we are both experts in our field, you know? They're experts in real estate. We're experts in real estate. They're experts in being an agent, being a broker. We're experts in helping people sell their home and finding a solution for them to sell fast, right? So right here, they talked to this agent, Todd Cook, a licensed real estate agent with Keller Williams. Says he's hearing from more people who are getting such offers even though their home isn't listed for sale. The people making these calls, sending text messaging, often refer to themselves as acquisition specialists and promise a quick transaction that will save the homeowner money. So essentially here in this article, this agent is saying that a lot of wholesalers, they present themselves as acquisition specialists. And maybe their company is telling them, hey, just present yourself as this, because they are acquisition specialists. It's usually not the owner talking to them or the person actually owning the property. It's usually the acquisition specialist. And then Cook says, hey, you're not going to have to pay any realtors, no commissions. All these different things compel you to sign the offer. So Cook is just talking about what the acquisition specialist, the wholesaler, essentially says to people. The real concern here is people being misled and getting into something that they're not aware of under disguise of saving money on commission. So I totally understand where he's coming from here, because I don't, as a wholesaler, we don't want to mislead, deceive, or trick people into what we're doing. I think if a person, inquires about exactly what we're doing, we're obligated to tell them exactly what we're doing. Hey, like for example, I've been concentrating more on acquiring rental properties. And so I've been doing that over the past few months, but I'm still using the tactics of wholesaling in order to find these properties. And so when I come to a seller and they ask me, I had a call from this person, they were saying this, I say, hey, my main goal is to acquire more rental properties or to flip a property. But sometimes if the deal doesn't make sense to me, I will sell this deal to another investor, a friend of mine. And so if you want to go deeper and just say the word wholesaling, or say, hey, yes, sometimes I assigned the contract over to another investor, and just see what happens, try to be as honest as possible and see what happens. Okay, so here, while the practice of real estate wholesaling is not illegal, so it's not illegal in Indiana, so if you're in Indiana, you're still good. Cook says it can be deceptive, and wholesalers can become more aggressive in contacting homeowners in the market. And then during the time period outlined in the contract, the wholesaler is searching for someone else. Yeah, so he's explaining what wholesaling is. Yeah, that's what we do. But it's just that when agents talk about wholesaling, they think we're like doing some sort of deceptive work, like we're trying to hide our real motives. Obviously, I'm helping you sell your house because I'm making money, but I'm not trying to hide that. So here's another thing. He says the vast majority of these people think at the time that they've sold their house, when in reality, this person is looking for a third party to buy it, which is true. And I think that may be an issue with people because, like I can't upfront say, unless I know buyers who are going to buy this deal no matter what at this price point, I have to, you know, I have to let them know, hey, at the moment, let's say I'm not sure about a cash buyer. I'm not sure about finding someone. I have to let the seller know that, and I think that's important for all of you all to know. Contracts like this give them the right to assign wholesalers, possibly around. Okay, so here's another interesting stuff. It says homeowners who think they're saving money on a realtor commission, possibly around 6%, later learn that the wholesaler is charging them an assignment fee in the tens of thousands of dollars. So it's just the way they phrase it. And right here it says, make sure you look at the difference between what they're offering you and the fair market value of your property. In most cases, you're going to find that adds up to a lot more than 6%. All right. So here, this realtor is just saying that, hey, these people, they're trying to sell your house and they're going to charge you 6% for your house. And it's all like, okay, that's essentially what you as a realtor do. What's the difference? At least I don't have to have them go through inspections. At least I don't have to have them go through people just walking through their property and having a peace of mind, just having a cash purchase, a very convenient thing where they don't need to go through someone being qualified for a loan and other things like that. And so it's just like so weird. It's like, oh, these wholesalers are bad. When you look at how much they're actually making, they're making like 6%. And it's all like, you're doing that too. And the way he phrases this realtor, he acts like the wholesaler is directly charging the homeowner, when in reality, the assignment fee is coming from the cash buyer, not the homeowner. And so, yes, it may be the same as opposed to, okay, you're going to sell their house for $100,000, but you're actually going to charge them that 6% and take $6,000 from that $100,000 price that they sold their house from. At least I'm going to say, okay, I'll sell your house for $94,000, and then I'm going to charge someone else the $6,000 and get a $6,000 assignment fee, or even I can still sell it at $100,000 and then get $6,000 from someone else. We're not directly charging a homeowner, right? The price that we quote them is the price that they're getting. And it's just the way that this realtor phrased it. But I have to admit, this realtor is making a lot of good cases, a lot of good points, because I think there should be more transparency, more honesty. And if there needs to be some like requirements in the contract and requirements of what you have to say to the seller, I think that's important actually. And he just talks about how people can just cancel out their deals. Imagine getting all your stuff moved out and doing that. And I agree with that. It's like, when you're starting out and you see these people start moving, you can't find a cash buyer. It kind of sucks, right? And then you ghost someone. You just have to be directly honest with a person. And that happened to me one time. I mean, where people started packing up and I just felt guilty. So I ended up buying their house instead of just canceling out of the deal. But I sold it later. But yeah, that's an important thing to remember. And then they just talk about best ways to protect yourself in wholesale deals. Just listen to the offer. I agree with that. Do your own research. Make sure you're looking at all the different types of ways that you can make money. I mean, like as in look at the fair market value of your property and then move on from there. And then he had some things to ask the wholesalers, ask them if they give you straight answers to those questions. Like, okay, I think one of them was ask them are you looking to assign this contract? And if so, what kind of assignment fee are you going to be charging me? And then they'll immediately going to lose interest in the sale. And I don't think that's true. Like if someone asks me what kind of assignment fee I'm going to make, I don't know. That depends on what I can sell to the cash buyer. And then what are you going to be charging me? It's not like the assignment fee is being charged by the seller. The price that we agree upon is the price that you're going to get. I'm just selling this contract to someone else for a fee, and they're paying the fee. And that's the thing that I had an issue with the most. It's like the way he phrases that, like we're charging the seller. It's not that. And other things like that. And then it said if a person you're dealing with or corresponding with implies in a way that they don't want a real estate agent or attorney involved in reviewing the contract, that's a huge red flag. I kind of agree with that. I think, anything that you sign, you have to find a professional. Maybe it's an agent, maybe it's an attorney. Yeah, look at the terms of your contract. Get that information, do your research. They'll notice assignments on contract, due diligence periods, and other things like that. It says absolutely 100% do not sign anything until you have a professional review it. I agree with that. Or if you think you're competent to read a contract and understand the stipulations around an agreement, yeah, go ahead, do that. Cook is offering to review such contracts for free. So this agent is actually providing a service, which is cool. He says that many other real estate professionals in central Indiana will do the same. The offer appears to be a good deal. He says he won't stand in the way. Okay, that's legit. However, if it appears someone is trying to take advantage of you, he'll warn you. Okay, and then he gave his email if you want to submit to a contract to him. So that's interesting. He said, hey, I understand the deal, even though I don't really agree with wholesaling. If it seems like they're giving you a good price, I'm not going to be in the way. But if it seems like they're trying to take advantage of someone, that's where the issue comes in. All right, you all, let me know what you think of this article and what this agent was saying. There were definitely some things I agreed with him in this article and some things that I disagreed with him. Do you see more regulations coming to United States? Let me know down below. All right, talk to you all later.